Oh my gosh. So it's Monday and we still have COVID. um, Gosh. And it's so annoying. I mean, we really feel bad in the mornings and then as the day progresses, and I'm really making an effort to get up and do things. And I mean, the house is clean because I haven't really had anything else to do, but I just went and scrubbed toilets, glamour, and I got winded, so I had to come down and chill out for a little bit. Well, we haven't been out of the house in 5 days. Yeah. So, I mean, it's not horrible. We haven't been out spending any money. That's not true. There's Amazon. We've been waiting on Amazon to bring us nothing. Um, Nothing but junk. But yeah, so I got winded and I came downstairs to chill. Lee's working. Um, I'm back to work part time. So I had a session this morning, and it's interesting that our business is up for another award, and I'm pretty excited about that. We'll get to go to the award ceremony in end of May, I think. I'm not sure, but that's interesting. And so anyway, I do have a question for the day, and they've given me a little bit of a break because I've been sick with COVID, and I've just been given COVID updates. But Gemma, making inappropriate noises. Um, so what was it like the day I came home, the day after I came home, and subsequent, like early, like the week of? Um, I was excited to come home. I was waiting to come home. Um, I needed to be in the comfort of my own home instead of in the hospital waiting on a nurse to get in the room. And don't get me wrong, UC is amazing. They are an absolutely amazing facility, great hospital. But there is a nursing shortage. And you can see that there really is. And that was back in pandemic times, sort of at the end of the pandemic. I got my transplant in October of 21. So, that being said, we drove home. The ride home was horrendous. Every bump, every pothole, my lips are dry. Every bump hurt so bad. Yeah, it was not cool. And I finally got home, and keep in mind, I have 3 great big dogs. And they wanted nothing more than to jump and play and run and be close to me. And so that was hard. Um, Lee is the one that drove, obviously, so he was here. Mo was here, and Cameron was here. And I never felt such welcome and peace. They really made me feel like I was missed, and that they were glad that I was back. I didn't see anybody the first day or two. My daughter came over, and my husband went and picked her up in a few days after, and she was able to clean my house for me and spend some time with me. I've got a picture with Mo, a picture with Lee, and a picture with Cameron from when the time I came home. So I just sat on the couch and we got quick pictures, and I was so swollen, still so swollen. I couldn't move much. The first day was really rough. The second day was probably rougher. But I did get up, and in our house, we have like a circle. Like, we have, when you come in the door, there's like a living room, and then a dining room, and then you come around to the kitchen, and then another living room, family room, and then like the hallway, laundry room, and then it starts all over. And then you pass the staircase to go upstairs. So I held on to things as I walked sort of around the circle. And about a week later, I ended up with a physical therapist who helped me do some walking. I did not sleep in the bed the first night. It's all the way upstairs, but the second night I did. I couldn't sleep on the couch. It was just uncomfortable. And at that time, we still had the couch that kind of separated itself. So the new couch didn't happen till 2 days after I got home. But then I was able to sleep in the new couch in the recliner for a little bit. And then it's really hard not to sleep in the same bed with Lee. So I made it happen. I made it work. I couldn't, he slept down here with me, and it was just uncomfortable. So we made our way upstairs. So, yeah, it was painful. It was very, very busy. Very busy. The phone rang a lot, and people were bringing in food, and man, I'm telling you what, the hockey family we have, from when Cameron was younger and in hockey, we had a very tight-knit hockey family, and that hockey family really supported us, and made a meal train with some of our neighbors. And yeah, it was great. It was beautiful. I'm grateful. I'm thankful. Because a lot of that was happening when I was sick too, and I couldn't cook or what, whatever. So it was painful. I had the drains that you've seen in the videos. If you're on this channel, it's I don't know about a video, but I know I took some pictures. I don't know if they're up, but I'll make sure that they are. Yeah, I struggled. I struggled with a lot. The first few days I came home, I struggled with the fact that I was still here. I struggled with the fact that somebody died. I struggled with the fact that there's something functioning in my body that doesn't belong to me. I also had an implant in my spine to help my bladder. So there was a lot of foreign objects in my body. I had PICC line still, and it's a lot of things, and it was uncomfortable. And but I was alive. I don't know what my feelings were about that, if that makes sense. There were so many times that I didn't want to be here. It was painful. It was rough. I started walking up and down the steps like the first 3, and then I would walk down, and then I would walk up 3, and then I would walk down. And at night, it took me about 10 minutes for the first few days to get up the steps. I would have to hold on. Lee would have to be behind me. And I literally sometimes had to just crawl or take them one step at a time. And it was a battle. It was a battle. I got to see my mom, my niece came and visited. But as I stated before, my siblings, nowhere. So I just didn't have a whole lot of outside family support except for the hockey team and some friends and music friends. And but I'm talking about family support. Yeah, there just was hardly any. I found myself trying to do more than I should, I guess. I found myself trying to cook, straighten up the house, So many different things. So I did a little bit more than I should have, and I regret that. I should have just stayed still. I didn't rip any stitches, but I did get a small hernia. And yeah, I shouldn't have done what I did. So I was just up trying to help. I hadn't helped. I hadn't done any housework. I hadn't done anything in 2 years, 2.5 years. Like, it was, you know, one thing, if you know me, I keep a clean house. Not near as bad as I used to be, but my house is clean. And just having to lay on the couch and look at it in disarray was traumatizing to me, but I handled it and I kept it, and I, you know, every now and then I would have an emotional outburst, but for the most part, I was patient, and I tried not to do it, but some things I did, and I shouldn't. There's things I can't do. I can't take out the trash. I can't take the old bag out. There's a lot of bacteria there, so I have to have somebody else do that, and that's hard for me. You know, the trash not so much, because my grandmother always told me when I was younger that a woman should never touch the trash. And, you know, she was very old-fashioned, and there was a lot of things, but that one stuck with me. I don't know why, because I don't like to do it. But anyway, so my first few days at home, that stuff's bitter. I'm drinking Liquid IV, and it's just bitter. So it was really rough. My first couple days were really rough. Physical therapy came once a week, I believe. And like the first time she come, I would walk from the couch over to the TV, which is maybe 15, 20 steps. I don't know. But it took me like a minute, like a little over a minute the first time I walked it. And then I was doing it in 4 seconds. So like 3 or 4 weeks after, I was doing it in like 4 seconds. I was getting there, getting back. And I had help. I mean, I've got help. I've got Lee and Mo. If I need him, he would be here in 2.2 seconds. Cameron would too. So would Ron. And it's been hard having COVID, because normally there are certain shows that we watch over here, and normally my son Cameron will sit and watch a couple of those with us, because he likes to comment and laugh, because they're pretty funny. And it's been hard not having him hang out with us, and it's been rough having him hang out in another room with this COVID. It's horrible, but Cameron was a big help. Cameron would often ask if I needed anything. Do you want something to drink? Do you want something to eat? That kid's just, he's just amazing. He's an amazing kid. And I couldn't have asked for a better husband. I mean, there's no better husband out there. Seriously, there's not. My husband's freaking amazing. And he loves on me. Man, does he love on me, and I love that. And but he was big. He was a big help. And I was still nauseous a lot, so I was throwing up a lot. Mo was there, but it got less and less. As the days went by, it got less and less. I got out of the hospital in October, and of course November was right around the corner, and there was a Thanksgiving dinner, and there was no way that I was going to be able to do that. So what I did in order to have a Thanksgiving dinner was, about a week before, I would get up when I felt better, and I would put a casserole together or some sort of dish together. And I would make it and I would bake it, and then I put it in the freezer, or have Lee put it in the freezer. And then by the time the Thanksgiving rolled around, it was pretty much done. And Lee and Mo really helped me with that. And, you know, we don't have very many over for Thanksgiving. Christian, Brandy, and the kids, and Mo and some of Lee's family. And we got through that. It was great. And then I started Christmas shopping, and then it would come a little bit at a time, and I would just sit down and wrap it a little bit at a time. And everybody showed up for Christmas because why, there's gifts. So I had all my kids here, which is rare. You know, but I got through those holidays, and that's when I hurt myself a little bit. So I knew that I was doing too much. But I've never been one to lay around. I've never been one to sit down and be lazy. I've just never been one to lay around. And so, you know, the more I got up to do stuff, the better I felt in the long run, and I didn't feel like I was just laying there not doing anything. So it helped fulfill my inner need of being up doing something. And it didn't cause too much damage, but it caused enough. I know that it was very busy, and pharmacies calling, and nurses calling, and coordinators calling, and doctors calling, and it was a lot. But here we are. We are a year out and some months, and a year out and 3 months. Yeah, year and 3 months, 15 months out, and I have COVID again, because I had COVID when I did the Thanksgiving dinner, and then we did Christmas, and in January of 2021 we had COVID. It lasted like 4 days, and we were all freaked out because I had just come out of transplant surgery, freaked out. But I pushed through, and I got better. We all did. And here we are again. And I'm getting up every morning. I got too much shiny today, or it could be the light. And tonight is bath night. I take a bath every night, or every other night. If I don't get to it, I'll take a shower if I can't take a bath. But and what I've been doing here is categories of events, because we're bored to death. So tonight I'll wash my hair, and that'll give me something to do. We are going to drive around somewhere today. I've got to get out of here. So Lee and I will get in the truck, because I'm not getting in his little sports car in this weather. And the streets are clear, but they're wet. I ain't doing it. And then I'm supposed to have a concert this week, and I'm going. So I better be better. I'm not going to go if I'm still positive. I'm not going to go if I'm still feeling bad. But it's at the end of the week, and I feel like I've had COVID enough. There it is. So that was my first couple days home, maybe into a week or so. But there was a lot going on. There was still a lot I don't remember. My mind was still clearing up. Yeah, so it was interesting to be home. I felt more comfortable, and Lee and Mo were doing my vitals every 3 hours, I believe. I mean, the whole deal. My blood pressure, my temperature, my blood ox, the whole deal. Every 3 hours. And finally at night I was like, look, the whole reason I wanted to leave the hospital is because they was coming in doing my vitals all the time, and I couldn't get any rest. So we'll do them in the morning. And it ended up being okay. All right, I guess I'm done rambling, but we have some really interesting videos coming up, some really crazy questions, and some eye-opening things that I wasn't really prepared to talk about, but I'm going on, I guess. I'm curious to see how this is going to end up with this documentary, because they've got a lot of footage. They got a lot of video footage of things. So as I talk about them, I guess in the documentary, they'll be showing those. I don't know how they're going to do it. I'm not a producer. I don't know. That's all. I'm done.